for it.
Earthshaker.
Yes.
I will cut a finger if Earthshaker is not picked in one of these 3 games. Because everyone here, both Moose and MJZ play Earthshaker, and on the side of Unknown, they also love playing Shaker and Ouija. So I think this hero is going to show up in at least one game. You know, if you have a BO3, I'll be very surprised if you don't get one.
Yeah, I was actually watching a game this morning with Monkeys was playing Nature's Prophet on his Smurf, and he was in a game with MJZ. With Moose on the Earthshaker. And Moose was brought out. Moose played a sick game. I mean, Shaker, like, the shard's really cool and everything, but he doesn't have the wildest item build or anything these days. I mean, it's you just go, you blink, you go shard, you play some Dota. He's still a very straightforward hero. You block the wave, you make it easy for your offlaner. He still does all his normal Earthshaker things.
Yeah.
All right. My finger is safe. Thank
Congratulations, Bowie. No snip today. Good on you. You dodged the bullet and immediately into the Timber Saw. So this hero that has had a bit of a love and hate relationship with this league so far. We've seen him first banned, we've seen him first picked, and ignored completely. He's been all over the place.
Whoa. That is weird, though. I didn't know if we'd ever see him. He's been banned so many times.
Monkey King.
Huh. There's your monkey noises.
Right. Okay. They were teasing this in the mental mind games of SA, Trent. They're like, hey, look at this. We're gonna make some noises. They're gonna think we're gonna pick Monkey King, and then they're gonna think, no, that's too obvious. Then we're actually gonna pick the Monkey King. This is big brain. And one of few ones that can actually threaten the Timber. Right, Trent? This is one of the great things about the Monkey King here.
Yeah, I think it's still not even that bad for Timber. But yes, it definitely is good. It's one of the better heroes to pick.
Yeah, in lane, it's super strong. After the lane, it gets a little weird because Timbersaw, can cut your tree. He can get out of your ult. It's kind of it's a really weird matchup between these 2 heroes. But I think, Vessel is going to be highly contested on both sides. You really want it versus Timber. Also really good versus Monkey King. If they can pick a hero that can get early Vessel, that's good. Shaker, unfortunately, not really can afford to go Vessel.
Yeah,
we'll see what Predator gets.
That would not be the play.
Yeah, please don't rush Vessel as Shaker, guys. Not good.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
There has been one constant theme throughout a lot of the DPC matches so far in every region, and that has been teams winding up with like a lack of push. And when we start out with like a Timber Saw, Monkey King's okay, especially if he goes like the Ags build. He's all right, but Shadow Shaman to me is standing out pretty nice for Thunder Predator. Feel like he helps shore up some of the problems from Timber Saw. The only downside is that he's not the best at roaming mid, and so if you want a hero that can really abuse the space that Timber Saw gives you, maybe you don't want to go Shadow Shaman. But I mean, you can still do it. It's just like there's better heroes, To be fair, though, Mirana and Earth Spirit are banned, so.
I like Shaman. I feel like I'm pretty sure the Monkey King thingies from the eggs or the ult don't really attack your wards, right?
Yeah.
So it's actually like really good versus Monkey King, and they do like push. Timbersaw Enchantress, pretty garbage at that. I wouldn't mind it. It's probably going to be H5. I think you're onto something here.
I think they'll probably grab it unless there's some other 4 that like really looks good after this next pick.
I guess Earth Spirit can be pretty.
Oh, Nyx is still in too.
Oh, Earth was first banned.
Yeah,
he would have been perfect though.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, Clockwork's also still in. To be fair though, versus Shaker.
Yeah. Okay, take the bird out.
No more Phoenix. A lot of wing-based cores here removed.
That's true.
Viper, Puck, and Phoenix,
and Batrider.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with the Shaman. It looks pretty good, I would say.
Still a Mars for unknown.
It's pretty decent versus Timber. Can actually do a lot of magic damage to him.
Big team fight set up there. Shaker and the Monkey King on top of that. And they ban out the Troll. So still quite a few options in terms of position ones. Again, we've seen that be a common theme. A lot of position ones banned out, and here it's the opposite. So who do you want against the Monkey King? You got pick of the litter.
Yeah, and then they take the Grim just to some nuisances for the Timber Saw, either the Soulbind or just from the Phantom. Especially the Phantom, of course, because Timber isn't really great at taking care of that.
5 seconds.
And it works pretty well in lane if this is actually monkey carry. You have the E of Grimstroke to do a lot of damage.
It's actually
So
a
is
pretty
this your-
value Venge game if they wanted to for Thunder Predator, but it's hard to maybe fit in. But like the swap versus Monkey King and versus the Grimstroke can be nice for the Soulbind.
Yeah, like I always think of
10
Venge,
seconds
but
remaining.
I don't think we saw a single Venge game in South America, right? It doesn't feel like a hero
No.
the region favors that much.
Give me
Yeah,
the
other
mid doom here.
regions will like pick Monkey and ban it.
Yeah.
Give me the mid doom here, unknown.
I saw a ban on a mid Doom today on one of the Dream League matches, so it's possible.
Great against Timber. Solid mid laner. They do have last pick, so maybe not great to grab it here, but obviously pairing with the Grimstroke ulti. And you've
like
already
it.
got your 4 and your 5, so you need some sort of a combo that comes from a core. Is this Wind Ranger a 4? Is that...
That would be the assumption right now, yeah.
Huh.
I think it's probably for Moose. This should be a 3, I would think, for unknown. So, as you said, they could theoretically pick the Doom to flex it.
I think Wayne could be offlane though, because do you really want to send Timber offlane against a monkey?
I think it's probably still a flex, possibly, but they might be thinking that the Wind Ranger can just help like fight it out with the monkey. And just bully enough.
It's possible. Oh,
Well, that covers you now. If it's Timber mid, you swap that Veno there, and now there's 2 lanes that the Timber doesn't like.
Sad. Timber is such a liability too, because if you don't come to the laning stage with anything good, your game's just kind of over.
yeah.
It's such a useless
5
hero when he doesn't get
seconds
off to not even like a decent start. It has to be just a straight up good start. If it's not a good start, he just needs to be carried by his allies.
Yeah, I honestly feel like Timber's in a weird spot because the hero is good, but it feels like in these competitive matches you have to pick it up early or else it's probably going to get banned. And then you get into what you just said, whereas like if you pick this early of a Timber, will he have a good game? Probably not. So I wonder what they're going to do with this. I feel like you have to... I feel like the Venomancer lane is better than the Monkey King, so if they can't put it mid, they will still do that.
They need
I
a
guess Vino could
spirit.
also be offlane.
I feel like they need a spirit hero here to tie things together, though. Like something that can just ignore the Veno wards, have a little bit of mobility. Like all the spirits kind of suffer a bit versus Earthshaker, especially when he's the Blink Dagger. But at the same time, they need heroes that can play through the wards, and they've already got two pretty decent cores at it in the Timber and the Jug. So right now, the ulti is the main concern from this Venomancer.
All right, so they take the Invoker. They think it's offlane Venomancer, or at least they're covering their bases in case Timber goes mid and they swap it out.
Radiant team ban.
Both teams looking for a mid.
I really like the DP ban. I think that is an excellent solution for the current problems they're facing.
I was just thinking that they're a little light on push, so that
Yeah.
would have tied it together pretty
10
nicely.
seconds remaining.
They never went for the Shadow Shaman. I mean, theoretically, there is still a world here where like the wind goes mid or something, so it's possible. But you don't really want to pick DK into Monkey King Venos. That's not an option for push, so you take out the Death Prophet instead. They could Nature's Prophet if they're into that theoretically.
Lash is open.
Yeah, Lash
Also
too.
offers push.
Yeah.
Radiant
Although
team
it's also... I mean, it's kind of okay versus Monkey King. Because he's
Those-
fast. All right.
Yeah. They just take the
I
spirit.
like this.
Nice and basic here.
Their push is kind of okay in the end, just with like Jug. It's not great, but it's not the worst we've seen. You know, it's not like just a Ricky and an Ember or something. It's like a little bit better than that at the very least.
Yeah, and because Unknown's team doesn't have that much push, I feel
5
like it
seconds
doesn't matter that much. You know, when you have no push against a team with a lot of it, it feels much worse than when like you're pretty much close, even though both teams don't have a lot of push, because no one gets punished more after lost team fights and such. But I think that's fine. What is the pick here? I guess Storm's open.
OD.
Huh.
Well, it's a damn good OD game. Void Spirit, Juggernaut, Timbersaw, not cores that are known for particularly robust mana pools.
Yeah, that is nice. All right.
It's a pretty nasty team fight for Unknown. I think I like their draft a little bit better. Thunder Predator can obviously play pretty fast. I could see them breaking open these lanes. Ench does so much to pressure early on, and sometimes you can leverage that and get really far ahead if you control power runes. But if Unknown can hold out, there could be a moment where that team fight of Shaker, OD, and Monkey King is pretty overwhelming.
I personally just don't have a lot of faith in the Timbersaw. As much faith as I have in Thunder Predator, I think it is like a pretty big burden on them this game. So I am actually going to go for Unknown. I think that if the teams are reversed, I would 100% go for the Unknown draft. So I'm just going to take it anyway.
Yeah, I will go with my Thunder Predator boys. I will bite the bullet, but I think it's really going to be all about this Timbersaw lane. I'm not sure if they're going to try and swap it out. If they can somehow allow Frank to not get destroyed.
What do you say? Swap it out with what? You mean to go against the OD, the Veno, or the Monkey King?
I think you can go versus
He can jungle.
Oh. Hopefully find that Iron Talon and get to work. Okay, great. Maybe we can will it to fruition.
Oh, wait.
Let's see what happens.
You can send the Ench with the Timber, and then you can dispel the Monkey King thing.
That's true. That's
Right?
actually nice. Yeah. That's legit. So, well, let's see if that gives them an option, perhaps. Gareth, darling, we're going to need some help here. Can this Timbersaw survive the laning phase, buddy?
Can he find a lane to get into? Can he start the laning phase, Zori? That's going to be a question, isn't it? There's Theban joining me here. Thunder Predator against Unknown. This laning setup from Unknown, Theban, it is disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something, that's for sure. I mean, they saw the pick. They're like, okay, guys, we need to make sure we counter it no matter what. But I wonder if they put too much emphasis into it, though. That is always the real question. Sometimes you can tunnel vision into just one hero and forget about all the other ones. Right now, this Juggernaut, I think he's going to have a pretty decent game, Gary. I like this hero a lot right now.
Well, the smoke pops. They know someone's up the staircase.
Okay.
Venomancer is stuck around, but a Fisher blocks them on the low ground. Timber chains up. Wind Ranger does sprint forward, but caught with a Boundless Strike, and now with no more Wind Run, well, they've moved up there and fallen quickly. Drakeel's the one with first blood, and they're all sitting up there. 5-man smoke, the 5-man high ground hold. South American Dota kicking off.
Venomancer didn't even run away. He's like, okay, I got a Shaker here. He's going to block off the rest of the team. We're just going to get one guy up this hill. And it
then
works
kill
out.
them.
Yeah. They were even outnumbered there, too, at the beginning. So, very well played from Unknown.
Good way to kickstart game one in a best of 3. And then contesting bottom bounty runes. Looks like Unknown should get both of them down there. And of course, Timbersaw and Wind Ranger up at top will grab their own ones respectively. As we do see our lanes actually set up now. Monkey King's up top against the Wind Ranger and the Timbersaw. We'll see who they actually shift up there to support him. Probably the Grimstroke of Yodomi. But
Yeah,
for now,
for sure.
Veno, Earthshaker, Grimstroke bottom lane.
That's very vicious lane, but I think he's going to TP top right away on Grim. He can't stay bottom at all. The Wind Ranger would just beat up the Monkey. Monkey would lose all his HP. You have to pop the healing side right away, and that doesn't feel good. I think the goal in this lane is Wind Ranger just going to keep on hitting the Monkey, and then the Timbersaw is just going to have to try his best to get to level 3 as quick as he can. And this Timber Chain is a very nice call against MK2, just to secure some last hits, harass.
Create a bit of a gap between you and when he gets his Jingu stacks up. Some great tools there. And then in that mid lane, it's Void Spirit against OD. Already pretty good for OD, 3 and 2. Void Spirit. I don't know why I said Ember there. Void Spirit's got that melee attack damage animation though, so securing last hits against a ranged hero like OD is always going to be decent for you, and he gets a D ward.
Have you ever noticed how sweet Void Spirit's attack animation is? Like,
It's so smooth.
how it looks. Yeah, it's so smooth. It looks nice, you know. One very well designed hero, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Very hypnotic watching him last hit creeps.
Just
But
get
that-
lost in it.
He sure can. But he has to deal with the OD Astral and now the right-click damage that comes along with it. So OD does take about a wave lead in CS.
It's a really good lane for OD right now. And the way that OD plays is so easy. Like, you don't really have to worry too much about your mana management. You can always get it back with the Flux as your Arcane Orb scales down with your mana. So, and a hero like Void Spirit, every time he gets Astro, just feels so bad he loses a portion of his mana.
Yeah, it doesn't feel too great. And then back to that Juggernaut, you said he's going to have a pretty good time and you like this hero. What do you think MNZ is going to be bringing to the table here that can lift the spirits of Thunder Predator?
I hope it's going to be the, in this game, the Phase Boots, Maelstrom, Ags / Shard build. Like, I've watched a lot of people play recently this Juggernaut hero, and that's pretty much the best way to go about this hero. Just going for that Ags Shard, playing off your spin and the level 20 talent, it does a bunch of damage.
Oh, yeah.
But early on, you're going to want that Maelstrom so you can build into a Mjolnir later. Maelstrom lets you farm as fast as you possibly need to.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if you caught the game, I think it was yesterday with Mid1 playing it, and he had the Mjolnir, Hyperstone, Aghanim Scepter, so much attack speed with, he had like Solar
yeah.
Crest, Alacrity, you know, everything
he was-
behind him.
He was crazy though. He had like Midas and Boots of Travels. That he went like way the distance, you know, like that you can't really get away with that build every game. But if you go
It was
like
fun.
a classic, yeah, exactly. If you go like a Phase Boots Maelstrom build, you could probably do that build every game.
Much more consistent. And we'll see which route he takes on MNC's Jug. After that first kill, it's been a pretty quiet game so far. Everyone very focused on laning, getting their CS. No one's really struggling outside of maybe you could argue the Venomancer. But he's putting pressure on the Juggernaut, making sure that it's not an easy ride for MNZ by any means.
Trying,
heavy
but
farming
late game,
game.
Juggernaut Healing Word is also extremely good against Venomancer. One of the better skills to deal with that Poison Nova.
And keep him
You
all
don't have to
healed
go
up.
back to base.
Top rune, contested by Moose. Does mean the bottle isn't refilled though. That OD came in just the right time to force the Wind Ranger to take it.
Radiant's
And it leaves top lane in a 1v1 where Burner able to secure a courier kill. And it's basically a game of 1v1s. Like Wind Ranger is up against Grimstroke, there's Timber against the Monkey. Enchantress is following this Earthshaker around, so Jug against Veno is the bottom lane 1v1. All of the jungles have become lanes themselves.
Mid Leo style so low. Ooh,
Good remnant though. Nice little remnant to defend himself, but yeah, that
Got
lack
him on
of
bottom,
bottle
Venom.
refill, they're trying to spin him down. Drakil's TP to his tier 1, gets back safely, and he can snipe out the healing ward on its way out too. That's a good little win for them. They might even look for MJZ here. Gale is back up in 2 seconds, and Chantra's just going to take another click. In fact, the poison ticks him down. As MNZ goes for the bounty rune, and Widge knowing he's got pretty low HP, still going to give chase, but they miss the Gale. Drakil doesn't land it, so Jug's going to get both bounty runes down here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, lose your support for 2 bounties. I mean, I think that's alright.
Pretty
Pretty
good trade.
decent trade. Yeah.
Monkey King with some stacks up, fighting Frank. That is a 12-stack reactive armor Timbersaw. A very difficult man to brawl into.
Timbersaw has done a pretty good job of just being able to play this lane against the Monkey Grim. It's a lots of kill potential on the side of Unknown, and he's got away with it. If he hits level 5, I guess he's not going to go with the reactive armor. He's got 2 points of Timber Chain, so he'll probably end up going with the Whirling Death next. And once he's 6, they're going to have a lot of kill potential on the MK.
Yeah, just staying alive in that lane's been a great accomplishment by Frank. Oh man, that mid lane again. This OD is playing up on the Radiant
Yeah.
high ground, chasing the Void Spirit down. There's a DD top though for the refill. Yadomi's going to come and snipe it. Denies the rune. So 2 in a row now that Leo Style hasn't been able to get.
He's getting bullied so hard in
Oh,
this laning
Monkey.
stage.
Earthshaker. Both side lanes under a lot of pressure. Earthshaker nearly dies. MJZ is the one to fall. And then up in that top lane, Timbersaw chasing in towards the monkey with a Wind Ranger shackle shot. And it's good damage, but Burner has the magic stick to fall back on.
There's a catapult actually still alive in the mid lane. We might be seeing a little bit of aggression coming out here from both of the teams, maybe rotating in on Radiant to protect and on Dire to attack. Doesn't really look like it though. They're kind of content with just staying on the sidelines. We would see this in a lot of the other regions where if a catapult's still alive, one of the mid laners really ahead, all your teammates would just start rotating to come and help you put some pressure.
Yeah, go do the big push at 6 minutes in. Let's go. MNZ, again, just healing back up. He did drop to about 100 HP. These Fishers and Gales starting to get under his skin a little bit.
Man, Leo Style is just struggling. Like the last 2 games he played too, especially against Infamous, he was having a pretty rough time as well. And this matchup, like I'm just saying that because I'm not used to seeing Leo Style lose lanes like this.
Yeah, because he's popped off in previous games. Like his Batrider has looked really good, but in this one, like matchup-wise, I guess the fact that also both side lanes, they need the supports to stay there. So coming in to contest runes, just it's not a possibility for the Dire team.
Yeah. Remember his Death Prophet versus Viper? Oof, that was a rough one too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that was a pain to watch, and I guess a pain to play. Unknown in the lead though.
Okay, here we go. There's a smoke coming out. They want to utilize this Astral Step Void Spray. He doesn't really want to stay middle against his OD, who constantly denying creeps against him. They want to kill onto the Monkey King, it looks like.
Man, Earthshaker and the Veno being spun down. Drakeel has the Fairy Fire, but MNC secures them, gets the kill.
Nice.
Up top, they do get the Monkey King shackled and Astral stepped upon as Yudomi's Inkswell connects on them, but the Timber Chain forward is just going to allow Leo Style here to clean up both heroes in the top lane. 4 down on the side of Unknown, and an immediate comeback from Thunder Predator. They were down 0-4, now tying things all up evenly.
Those are really big kills for them. They got the Monkey, they got the Veno. The only person who they need to deal with now is this OD. And OD's got a Meteor Hammer slapping away at this mid tower right now.
Oh, jeez.
Instantly gonna force Leo Style to TP in there.
Level 4 Astral Meteor Hammer ready. And this is where OD starts to kick off and actually play Dota 2. This is the build you go for. Looking at the kills though, Enchantress has died 3 times, so 3 of the 4 kills that Unknown have are on that position 5.
Yeah. So it doesn't really say much, does it?
No, and then there's
the edge
like
dying.
the spread of kills on everyone else. There's 1 death on everyone on the Unknown side apart from OD.
Doesn't really mean, like, Ench dying isn't gonna mean much. Like, she's just gonna skill up her enchant, get some creeps, split push a bit, you know, just give some vision, provide some damage in the fights. Later on, I think Unknown's gonna have a hard time killing her anyway. All of their heroes pretty much have to do some kind of right-click damage. The Untouchable is gonna do a lot of work.
We get back to farming these side lanes, which Thunder Predator do very well. Timbersaw's alone top, shoving that wave. Juggernaut's farming on a tower where he wants to be. Venomancer's trying to get this wall of wards going. Keep the pressure mounted in the bottom lane. I definitely could see Thunder Predator coming in to defend this with Juggernaut Omnislash ready in about 20 seconds. And MNZ being such a self-sustaining hero with the healing ward down here. Thunder Predator in a much better spot, as you don't really want Monkey King farming jungle at 10 minutes in for Unknown, do you?
You don't, and especially when you pick the Monkey to like get the counter onto this Timber, beat him in the lane, maybe get him out of there. But this Timber is the one who seems to be free farming, chilling top after tier 1's taken. Doesn't really look like he wants to go mid or bottom right now because his other cores are quite comfortable for the time being. But we will probably end up seeing him take over one of the other lanes. Just plop himself there. There he goes. Into the mid. Actually, it looks like Thunder Predator are going to be the first one making a rotation with the catapult onto the mid tower.
Yeah, they come in with an Enchantress Centaur too. Grimstroke throws out the Stroke of Fate. Doesn't clear the creep wave though, still got to handle a couple of them, and the Dissimilate gets the Void Spirit away from Fisher as Burner dies to Moose up top lane. Mid lane, they chase the Enchantress in towards the tower. Banish is there, so they should be able to find her. MJZ gonna drop even before that Meteor Hammer lands. But what happened top lane?
Yeah, that's a position 4 solo killing the position 1 Monkey King. Got a Javelin Wind Ranger with Focus Fire.
Just a solo kill?
Yep, just a solo kill.
Great stuff from Moose then. Does die up there, but killing off that Monkey King after a pretty sad time. And Timbersaw is able to plant himself in the mid lane to defend against the push, so the tier 1 tower, it is still up. Double damage for RoboZ. And in all this time, you know, with Monkey dead, the pressure mid, Juggernaut, he has accelerated now to almost second place in the net worth board. Catching up very nicely.
He's got the Maelstrom now. That's gonna catapult him a little bit. And the Timber, you know, just gonna keep sitting mid. Again, they only got the kill on the Enchantress. That mid tower damage, that was nice from Unknown, but without it falling, it doesn't really mean a whole lot either for the time being. Oh, we're gonna see a Witchblade OD this game. Okay, interesting. It's quite nice actually against Timbersaw. More magic damage, slow.
Keep stacking it up. Attack speed for the OD, really nice too. And Brown Boots Meteor Hammer Witchblade. Brown Boots, the sign of things to come, the future. Don't need to spend money and upgrade them.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that. I've also been seeing a lot of people just not buying nulls, Wraith Band, bracers, like just completely ignoring those encores nowadays.
Yeah, oh, Wind Ranger coming in for a bit of a poke. Earthshaker just going to turn and fight as MJZ dies straight up to RoboZ. Just the OD there with the Astral into Meteor Hammer, but Drakeel forced back from the mid lane by Frank, and the tier 1, it will collapse. Finally, Thunder Predator get that objective in the mid lane, beating out Unknown, who have been trying themselves.
That's a very good example of how to take the mid tower. You know, you go from the back, you zone out your opponents, don't let them cast spells on the creep waves, and then the tower will just naturally die to the other heroes hitting it with the creeps. And MZ has found himself the most lucrative spot on the map for him. Take over the enemy's creeps, jungle creeps, the wave. Farm very safely up here. I think Unknown, they're gonna need this Blink Dagger on Earthshaker if they want to have any chance of killing the Juggernaut. Or is he just gonna spin and TP out?
Yeah, they need that immediate catch somehow. And OD can't really do it up against that spin. Like, coming back to your little point about the Wraith Bands and the Nulls and stuff, is it they're still buying Circlets and Slippers of Agility and not upgrading, right?
Yeah, I think it's like just Circlet.
Yeah.
It's like Circlet and like some branches early game for the stats. Oh, what?
Timber. He is trapped in the middle of all of them. That's not where you want to be.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Playing a little bit too far forward, Frank.
He crazy, bro.
He's gone a bit aggressive there, but Monkey King trying to get the Wukongs out, but the Wind Ranger with a Shackle Shot, now level 2, is able to latch him up, get the Bounty Rune and try and run away. There's a Fisher. Not going to block her inside, though. Still wanting the Ink Swell and the chase in. They'll get the stun to connect. Astral's there, and the Meteor Hammer should come through from the OD just in time to pick up the Wind Ranger as she tried to get out of that dire triangle.
While your carry's dead, the other carry on the top side is just pushing waves, getting farmed. Look at his net worth now. He's got a solid head above the monkey. It's going to keep on farming. You can't stop him.
You can't gank him, can't stop him. MNZ's having a free time. And the rest of his team, like Leo Style in particular, is starting to catch up now. Closing in on 6k net worth. Yule Scepter not too far away, just a couple of hundred gold to spend on the recipe.
Yeah, I think the whole circlet, like, and not upgrading has a lot to do with the stats that those items provide is just not that much anymore. Or it doesn't feel worth enough, so you're kind of just rushing into your bigger items instead.
I think the most noticeable one, is the Wraith King, right? The stick, triple branch, phase boots, quelling,
the value
radiance. Earthshaker trying to farm his blink dagger, just gets picked off by the Wind Ranger again. Moves all over the place as Frank is sniped out mid lane.
That's the same exact spot you died last time, bro. What you doing there?
Trying to close in on the tier 2.
He's just not sure where he's supposed to be on the map because his Juggernaut wants to farm. He doesn't want to fight. Void Spirit wants to take bottom or Wind Ranger, whoever, and he feels like he needs to just plop himself in front of the enemy. But you can't be doing that. You can cast spells from Fog. You can chill a bit. You're playing against OD and Monkey. These heroes will kill you.
I'll take that as tribute.
OD is one of the best, if not the best hero against Timber throughout the whole game.
Yeah, he's so good. With the catch you have, the magic damage.
Yeah, it's the pure damage. That's the biggest thing, right? Like Timber can't really itemize against that. One of the reasons why Timber's so good against all the strength heroes is because not only does he share strength, but he deals pure damage himself, which those strength heroes can't itemize against, apart from buying BKB. So OD does the same thing, gives the same treatment back to the Timbersaw.
A taste of his own
He's gonna
medicine.
have to always think about that. Exactly. He needs like Ghost Scepter, Yules, or Halberd, something like that. Those are the best items for Timber to buy against OD.
Right now, trying to finish off his pipe. And Earthshaker trying to finish off his blink. 400 gold away. After dying bottom, he's given top lane. Juggernaut comes in to stop that Earthshaker from farming, though. Widge, the TP home, gets him back to Fountain. Still 400 gold away from blink, though, so no real advantages gained.
He's got a nice build going here. Gonna get Manta, be able to dispel Gale. Be very nice. Even though he doesn't really need it.
Oh, it's for Manta dodging the Echo Slam, for sure.
Oh, right. Oh, definitely.
Mid lane, Astral.
That
Nice cancel on the Meteor Hammer, though. Wind Ranger stops the combo coming, but the Wukong's command, a little bit ballsy there from the Monkey King, thinking they're all going to fight aggressively into the circle he's created. Forces them to retreat, though, so no casualties. Timbersaw makes his way out. The rest of Thunder Predator circling in back towards that mid lane again. Feels like Monkey King is itching to fight, to get back into the game, back on his horse. He's got Battle Fury and nearly Aghanim Scepter. Still needs a bit more time, though, as mid lane, the Yule's up into the air. Catch him with the Astral, and Grimstroke sniped out, secured by MJZ's Enchantress.
I wish there was like a gravestone. You know how the PA Arcana drops like these daggers, right? Whenever she kills someone, I wish they had one for every death in the game, some kind of a gravestone.
Yeah.
So you can see all the gravestones in the mid lane, That'd be nice in this game.
Like Timbersaw making a cemetery for himself with like 3 or 4 tombstones in the same place, yeah?
Yeah. It's like...
How
many times has he died? How many times have heroes died in this mid lane? Like 5-6 times already? The same exact place?
I'm sure that's doable. Like having a heat map. It's basically a heat map of deaths. You could definitely have it at the end of the game. Drag it from the API. I'm pretty sure that's possible. Yeah, just see where all the deaths, all the casualties are on the map. Find the danger zone of each game.
For my meant to have this.
Easy bounty runes. No contest bottom as the mirror movement basically here from both teams.
Monkey King has Aghanim now. I think he's hit a pretty big power spike here that is worth fighting with. And the fact that Unknown are like 50-50 in terms of net worth, I think this benefits them a lot. That being said, if they walk into the high ground and Thunder Predator gets the drop on them, that would be bad.
Yeah, like this Wind Ranger right now. Oh, the smoke just pops on them. Enchantress and Wind Ranger, they get a whiff of what's coming, and they've got an observer
They're
board.
gonna stop. I like Unknown here, not committing to this smoke play, just backing off, making the long trip around. You need to have respect whenever your opponent sees you.
They have Blink Echo, but it's been pinged out. Juggernaut knows where the Earthshaker's standing. The Timbersaw has made the call. So Unknown, they don't get that snap surprise initiation that they would have liked. Monkey King has to leap down from the trees, though, because Timbersaw's cut them all down.
Weege also used his fissure first before anything else because he wants to make sure the Juggernaut won't spin dodge anything. So he'll fissure first, see if the Juggernaut gets stunned, and if he does, then he'll blink in Echo Slam, follow up, and Chant Totem after that.
Good call.
So that's pretty much the playstyle we're gonna end up seeing from the Earthshaker, unless he's coming out of a smoke.
Dire's middle
If he's
tower
coming out of a
is under
smoke, we might just end up seeing him just go in with the Echo first.
The straight blink in. Well, it's an easy maneuver into the mid lane from Thunder Predator. Tier 2 coming crumbling down as Unknown still wanting to try and cut that wave mid with a Monkey King, but look at who's coming around. They've got a power shot and a jump with a Yule Scepter. Void Spirit finds the Monkey, and Burner, well, he's
big
trying to cut
catch.
the wave
Huge
to make a
catch.
team fight happen, but this catch is monumental. Losing the Monkey.
That's
that
another...
You said he was like getting to that real pinnacle of his build.
And that's another Greystone right there of a Monkey King on the mid lane.
He's dead for 40 seconds, so now it's all the room in the world to maneuver in this map for Thunder Predator. Timbersaw just going diving under tier 2s, nearly killing off the Grimstroke, leave it to the Void Spirit, but oh, Yodomi's actually found a place to hide.
Oh, everything's
under attack.
missing. The power shot, the remnant.
Dissimulate, everything, yeah.
I mean, they got a lot of map control though while the Monkey's there. Look at Unknown's positioning. They're just all back on behind their tier 2s. Feels awful for them. They need this Monkey alive and back into the fight. Thunder Predator though. They're looking at the tier 1 tower bottom. I'm not sure this is a good play from them.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
You think it's not going to be worth it if Unknown come here with the numbers?
Yeah, it's... I feel like they should just control the top side up instead. But maybe they just want to farm like one ancient camp and then get out of here so Unknown don't have anything left to farm.
Take it away. And then go back to your own ones. They start on the Timbersaw. Monkey King is TPing down to the bottom tier 1. Might have to just give Frank away here. Not worth defending him. Just let the Timbersaw die, so another little gravestone there for you, Theban. Unknown leaping forward onto this high ground that they are meant to own. And Thunder Predator, they're going to relinquish it. They give it up, but the Astral's there in time, finding another bonus target. And Chantress stuck around for a little bit too long. So Unknown come through with 2 kills, defend their tier 1, reclaim their triangle, and back out onto the map.
You know when you play Dota, Gary, you have like this gut feeling, and your gut feeling's like, this doesn't feel right, but you do it anyway because someone makes a call. Yeah, typically it's right to follow your gut feeling if it doesn't feel right. When they were sitting on that high ground there, it did not feel right one bit. The Timbersaw at the tier 1 bottom side, he got 3 other people on the top, like in the Ancients area. Juggernaut didn't even have mana to even use an Omni Slash. So I have no idea why they were still chilling around there.
Emboldened by Aegis. Yeah, I don't know.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Also, the Juggernaut's having some mana problems, it looks like.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, spamming out clarities. I mean, what's the reason for that? Like, he's getting hit by OD a couple of times, or just he's spending so much on spin and healing ward every single fight?
Yeah, it's just Manta healing where it's been. Like, as soon as you use all that, you pretty much lost half your mana already.
And without
that Aghanims.
without like perseverance or something, you know, battle fury, you don't have that mana regen on Juggernaut, so it can feel a little bit upsetting. Jumping towards the Void Spirit, but he's assimilated away. OD now with that blink Astral Meteor Hammer. Long range reach to catch out people that are lurking in the shadows. And Juggernaut's just going to return to pushing out that top wave again.
That's what we typically see of Juggernauts, just constantly splitting, getting to his bigger items, not taking unnecessary team fights. I watched a lot of players play Juggernaut in other MMR brackets, and the one big mistake they always make is constantly wanting to fight. This hero, you know, he's good at farming. He's good at split pushing. You want to punish your opponents instead of just always looking for the engagements yourself.
Yeah, and you know, talking about different brackets and stuff, it's something that can quite easily catch you out if you're thinking, I'm farming really well here with this Juggernaut, or I'm, you know, looking really strong and fighting. It's the balance between the two, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, definitely.
When you should go and when you shouldn't. Because
I mean,
very
in
often,
this-
if you're farming and feeling good about it, your opponents are probably farming and feeling good about it too.
Exactly. That is very, very true. And if you look at the lineups, though, you don't really want to be running into Unknown's lineup head first. You got Earthshaker, Fissure, Echo Slam. You got to worry about the Monkey King's, Wukong's command. You also got the OD's Astral Imprisonment. So what you're doing right now as a Jug is like you're playing to a point in the game where you can pretty much blow a hero up instead of taking those slow fights. And how you blow a hero up is by dragging the game longer, getting more items.
Get the Aghanim Scepter, so you don't have to use that long, 2-minute cooldown ulti. You can use the Swift Slash instead.
Yeah.
OD might have overstepped his bounds a little bit here. The BKB Wind Ranger with the Ether Remnant from the Void Spirit, and they've caught the OD up in a whole world of pain. They are killing him off, and Unknown, they do not commit for any kind of retribution. They just let the OD die. He's gone for 45 seconds, so another big window here for Thunder Predator. So maybe think about getting into that top lane again, shoving it out and taking control.
Shaker also was showing bottom, so they know they're not set up on this high ground. They might just force this high ground first, get the Unknown heroes to TP back to the base.
And as the TPs, yeah, you're right. Waste the resources, waste their time. When you realize it's happened, yeah, the lines are drawn saying, hey, we've got double jungle to farm. Let's go back. We've got bot lane. Someone can TP there.
They also got Roshan spawning very soon.
Oh, yeah. A minute and
So
20.
he's got level 20 now on MNC. So this is roughly the time where you buy your Aghanim Shard. But because he's going for the Ags first, he'll buy that one, and then he'll probably end up buying the Shard right after that. And the way you play this, or the playstyle with this Jug, is you use your Quick Slash to get on top of the hero, to gap close, and then you spin on them. And you do an insane amount of damage. It's doing 320 DPS without any spell amp. That's insane.
It's pretty massive. It used to be one of my favorite builds on Juggernaut. I mean, you know my obsession with the Radiance, the Radiance Manta builds. But when he used to have the, well, he still got the move speed talent, but he had the move speed talent, then the ward move speed talent, and then the the spin move speed talent, then the spin damage talent. Go all of those with boots of travel, with drums, with Radiance, with Shiver's Guard, E-Blade, just chase people and they do not survive.
Yeah, I mean, that build is even better now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Still such a fun way to play it. But look at this interesting position. Unknown are on the Radiant side of Roshan, smoked up, moving east to west. The east is being held by Thunder Predator, though. Radiant are in the Dire jungle, all marked up for battle, ready to go on the top of these staircases. No smokes pop just yet. Roshan has respawned, and Unknown, they're walking into the pit to begin it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They've actually walked into Roshan from the wrong side of the map, and they've started to commit for it. But now, Thunder Predator know it's happening. Jug Illusion scouts them out, and we're in a really awkward place that I don't know what's going to happen, Theban. Where do we go from here?
Unknown are the ones who I think are the driver's seat, but they also don't want to be losing too much HP hitting the Roshan. Where on Thunder Predator, they're very, very cautious the way that they enter the team fight. Because you got to think about the Grimstroke, Soulbind, the Shaker, Echo Slam, the Monkey King, Wukong. There's just too many good team fights abilities. So it's making them very uncomfortable on Thunder Predator right now.
The jump straight towards the Void Spirit is a good amount of chain stuns, but they don't get the Blink Echo forward. Yeah, so Widge holds onto it. But I don't know,
hilarious.
It feels like Unknown are in control because they're the ones actually cutting waves and pushing. And Thunder Predator, if TP had cut the waves mid and top, and yeah, they're drawing the lines now to say, hey.
There we go. MNZ's doing the right play right now. Look what he's doing. He's going straight to the mid wave and forcing it into the high ground, so they have to TP out. And then you go back to the Roshan. This is the strategic move. Now, if they'd done this a little bit earlier, it's better, but it doesn't matter. They're going to do it now.
Yeah, they forced the glyph. There's a catapult there. Roshan is down to half HP.
They spin up the Shaker. It's time to go. It's time to fight right now.
They're pinging it out.
Shaker's
but Roshan's nearly dead. Roshan is nearly dead in the hands of Unknown. The Wukong's command has come out.
Void's going in.
They're trying
Void
to
will go
commit
in.
for it, but there's the Aegis on the floor. No one's picked it up until Burner grabs it. Void Spirit, he bails. A Soulbind comes, but the Juggernaut just Omni slashes into the Monkey King and nearly kills him off immediately. Goes for the spin, and Aegis is immediately popped with the Grimstroke falling. It is Thunder Predator, like you said, in that driving seat with no Blink Echo until now. Widge just hasn't had an opportunity to respond. Frank and MGZ will finally die in the end to RoboZ and Drakeel, and Unknown just sprinting forward,
dead.
killing them off. Down you go, Juggernaut.
Huge win for actually Unknown there. I think the biggest problem was the Juggernaut was so slow to get to that mid wave that was already pushing in and forced them back. So Unknown committing to that rush really hard, sacrificing some HP on their tier 3 just to take that Aegis. Very nice play from them. Also, the Juggernaut's courier was dead. He couldn't get his Aghanims.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was dead with all of the Axe components. So he was taking that fight without that 4,000 gold plus, actually.
And Monkey King still has cheese. He gets Basher delivered, nearly has Abyssal Blade, and the laner ranks top. It's just forfeit here. Thunder Predator don't have the heroes to defend it. That fight was without Blink Echo. And you just got to wonder, it was a 4v5, in fact, and Thunder Predator just fall short of the mark. But it was a cool little, like, very delicate, almost ballet-like play, right? When one side is trying to take Roshan from the Radiant side, one team's trying to push and get the waves up to the high ground. Lots of high-level decision-making going on there as they go for mid-tier 3. Burner does still have that cheese, the BKB, and the full Abyssal Blade. But Unknown, not going to risk anything else. They've got Outpost, they've got top bot tier 2, and a double damage rune in the bottom rune spot, if they can go and see it.
This is looking all Unknown now. I mean, they're going to have to wait a little bit for the Roshan to spawn again, but I don't think they're afraid to take any team fights with the kind of heroes that they have on their lineup. Juggernaut just got his Axe and his Shard complete, but might be too little too late.
Yeah, especially against the Abyssal Blade Monkey. Like, if you get jumped by that Abyssal Blade, there's so much that can lock you in place. Fissure, Echo, Meteor Hammer. So it's going
Even
to
the
come
Grim
down...
Silence, that's very annoying as well.
It sure is. So the rest of your team, they've got to be on the mark, with understanding when to strike. But the DD Abyssal Blade Monkey straight onto the Timbersaw. Frank is being annihilated, but he pops the Essence Ring. He's still healing up, and he survived through that initial burst, while in the back, the OD Lotus Orb Omni Slash. Oh, Juggernaut, what's happened there? Gets baited out by it, and Leostyle has to run for the hills. Sanity's Eclipse doesn't do too much damage, but they've got a Fissure and the Stun Lock. There's the Chain Disables going to work on Juggernaut, forcing a spin and run back home. His movement speed is going wild, back to the fountain, but the Monkey King can close the gap. Slay him with a Boundless Strike. And Unknown, they've killed off that Juggernaut. No buyback on him. And it's going to be a real difficult ride now for the rest of them. MJZ shredded by the Monkey. Two-man Shackle Shot in there with a Void Spirit reinitiation. Does kill off the OD. A great little move, nice but Burner still has the cheese. Gets back into the trees, pops the Wukong's command, and there's the Blink Echo. Widge finally gets to show off his Blink Dagger in a bit of style. And it looks like Frank and Leostyle going to try and make their way back to Fountain, but Frank doesn't have a damn way. While Leostyle, he's gone in. Gets the Aghanim Scepter double Resonant Pulse out, dissimulates away from danger, and Drakeel's Venomancer has been left stranded by the Monkey King.
Woo, that shackle, man, onto the OD was so nice. I mean, if he didn't get that shackle on the OD would have saved him. Then they would have just wiped him out with that Echo Slam, but thanks to that, they were able to delay the game. Unknown don't really get anything anymore. No Rax is not even a tier 3 tower in the end. They have to go back.
They got top, they got, what, mid tier 3, but no second lane of barracks, which they probably could have finished off. And in the end, pretty much everybody died. We had, what, 4 heroes on each side that were dead. Monkey King, he finds the Void Spirit, but they've got Yules into the Remnant. And Leostyle thinking about toying with the Monkey here to try and buy time for the rest of his team to arrive.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a BKB. He's not gonna die. He's chill. Just trying to touch him, see what happens.
Yeah, Yeah, maybe if the Juggernaut could get there with the Omni Slash, they'd have a chance. Well, with no Aegis and no Cheese anymore, Unknown not feeling as strong to go up high ground and finish out this game, so a bit of leeway here for Thunder Predator for that next Roshan potentially. No Echo Slam for 20 seconds either, which is another one of these big team fight cooldowns which Unknown do rely on. But they're holding onto a smoke on the Dire team, while the Radiant looks like they are grouping for a smoke. Clearing out the mid-wave. I'm just going to hold position. No running head first into your opponents this time.
It's a very good idea. I mean, if I'm on Thunder Predator side right now, I feel really bad thinking about what kind of angle of attack I need to take to beat Unknown's lineup. It's just so hard. Like, the Venomancer is extremely tanky. He's got a Lotus. If you jump somebody else, they're gonna get Lotus or OD Astral. If you jump the OD, then the Echo or the Wukong's gonna come out right after that. You really need to go from the back and make like a lot of small different engagements, or just split them up. And they're having a hard time splitting them up because top lane is mega creeps, and it's gonna constantly be pushed into Thunder Predator's side.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like, they need the perfect shackle shot. Like, Wind Ranger has to find someone big at the back, force BKBs.
Oh, smoke. That they see it though. I think they see it because of the remnant popped on the smoke shaker.
Yeah.
It was a good idea from Unknown. They control bottom and they smoke across. It's what I call the T smoke. So you're pushing in bottom and then smoke across the map, try to catch your opponent farming on the other side.
The what smoke?
The T smoke.
The T smoke.
Yeah, the T
like the letter T or the drink T?
The letter T, not the T. Yeah, the letter T, because it looks like a T. Like you're like pushing on the one side. You can't see it. You can see it probably on the feed. It's like this. You're pushing and then you like smoke across the map. So you're like, so if you're on the top side, you're pushing in top side, and then you smoke across all the way to the opponent's triangle area.
Okay, I don't know.
Try and cut off your opponent.
Either my brain is working really badly today, or I'm just drawing L's on the map trying to figure out how you're making a T. Push the lane and it's the split and slide. Split push in the dead lane and slide across the map. But into the high ground we go for Unknown. We force the glyph very, very early.
I understand why yours looks like an L, because you're thinking like you're gonna push a lane and you're gonna smoke right on top of that, right? But you don't smoke on top of that where you push a lane. You always go back into farm. You pretend like you're going back to farm, right? And then you smoke. So it makes a T.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure thing,
Sorry.
Steven.
All right.
I trust you. I believe it. I believe in your T. Oh, hello, Frank. Chain stuns galore. Nice little Ether Remnant, and the Yule Scepter stops the Monkey King from finishing off Frank. Glimmer caved up, but dusted straight back, and the Timber Sword dead for 100 seconds.
He bought back in the last fight too. I mean, this Timber has
45.
been non-existent this game. He's bought a lot of team items, but his impact is just not there.
Yeah, and that's having a pretty good laning stage, having a free lane for a couple of minutes as well when Monkey King was jungling. So Timbersaw, that rushed pipe, the blink from Moose onto the OD, forcing the self-astral, but this BKB is going to be wasted by the Abyssal Blade from Monkey King. The Spider Legs to the high ground come with a Soulbind now. Can't combo up with anything until Widge. Three-man Fisher with the Echo Slam. Lotus Orbed up with the Yule Scepter there, but they're already in with the Wukong's command. MNC tries the Omni Slash, but there's nowhere near enough AoE damage for him to clear through a single hero. Good collapse there from Unknown, and GG is called.
Damn. Unknown. I mean, their draft was just much better, especially as the game dragged on. If Thunder Predator were not up like, let's say 8k gold by 20 minutes, it was just not happening. There's just too much control, not enough team fight on Thunder Predator side, and I think